Fallout 4 has a surprising amount of hidden dialogue that can only be unlocked when you make specific decisions. In this video, we're going to explore 10 secrets and rare dialogue you probably missed in Fallout 4. Number 1. Meeting the Minutemen in power armor. One of your first quests after getting out of the vault is to locate the Minutemen in Concord. They are pinned down by a group of raiders, but Preston Garvey and his buddy Sturgis have a plan. Revive a suit of power armor that's sitting on the roof of the museum, and grab the nearby minigun to turn the tide on the raiders. But what happens if you already have power armor? In this case, you'll get some unique dialogue.
Sturgis, tell him.
I had a whole fancy plan about fixing up a suit of power armor, and here you are. Walking in like some kind of metal miracle.
There are some other variations of this as well. If you also have a minigun in your possession, the sole survivor can mention this.
Well, it's got a minigun, and it seems to be intact. Wearing that armor, you could rip it right off. Then those raiders get an express ticket to hell. You dig?
Actually, I got a minigun right here. We're set.
Well, all right.
Also, if you don't have power armor already, there is another unique line you can unlock if you happen to have a fusion core in your inventory when meeting the Minutemen.
What you'll need is an old pre-war FC, a standardized fusion core.
Bypassing security ain't exactly my forte. You could give it a shot.
Actually, I already grabbed the fusion core. We're set.
Well, all right.
These are some tiny details to be sure, but it's cool that Bethesda accounted for players acquiring these items before meeting Preston and the gang. Number 2, the charge card. While exploring the wasteland, you can trigger a random encounter with a man named Parker Quinn, a fast-talking local with a thick Southie accent. Quinn is running some kind of scam called a charge card, which he claims is a replacement for bottle caps.
A bunch of losers blow up the world 200 years ago, and we have to lug around piles of bottle caps? Are you friggin' kidding me? So that's why I've been working with every single shop in the Commonwealth to get rid of caps. Introducing the only form of currency you'll ever need, the charge card.
And if you go along with his offer, he'll have some choice words for you.
And this isn't some kind of scam.
I can't believe you just asked me that. What, I'm a charlatan? You think I got this far in life by ripping people off? I'm an entrepreneur. This is as real as it gets.
Sounds good. I'll take one.
Awesome. I'll take your money, and you get the charge card. Great doing business with you. Tell your friends, Parker Quinn, same corner every day. Retard.
If you try to redeem this charge card at the various merchants throughout the Commonwealth, they will all but laugh in your face.
I bought this charge card. Do you take it?
While I appreciate the novelty of crushing someone under the burden of financial debt, we only accept caps here. If you were to trade for this, I suppose I could give you half a bullet, or perhaps an incredibly sharp toothpick.
Can I use this charge card here?
Is this something synths use to pay for things? We don't take filthy synth money here.
Can I put this on my charge card?
Hey, I know money's kind of an imaginary thing anyway, but that card is like way more imaginary than I'm comfortable with.
But interestingly, the card is not actually totally worthless. If you visit Far Harbor and speak to the merchant Brooks, he will actually redeem your charge card for 100 caps.
Hey, this is a long shot, but, do you accept this charge card?
Huh? Oh yeah, that thing. Sure do. It'll be easier if I just cash you out. Looks like, what, 100 caps? Here you go.
What can I say? Winners win. And if you really want to win big, then you gotta get your hands on some G Fuel, the premier energy drink for gamers and sponsor of today's video. G Fuel is my go-to drink for getting game-changing clean energy because it has 0 sugar, 0 crash, and 0 jitters. Whenever I need a bit of extra energy to keep me going in a long video editing session, I reach for the Hype Sauce Raspberry Lemonade. G Fuel has over 50 amazing flavors to choose from, as well as some pretty dope collaborations with RPGs like Fallout and Cyberpunk 2077. Lately, I've really been digging the Narangita Phantom Liberty Pineapple Banana flavor. But don't just take my word for it, G Fuel has over 300,000 verified 5-star customer ratings. And for a limited time, my viewers can get an amazing 30% off at G Fuel. This discount only lasts for 72 hours, so don't miss out. Click on my link in the description and use code BIGDAN for 30% off your order at G Fuel right now. Number 3, finding Shaun before Codsworth. One of the first characters you're likely to run into after leaving the vault is your trusty old robot butler, Codsworth. In this conversation, Codsworth will ask where Shaun is, and you can say something to the effect of, I don't know, he was kidnapped. But what happens if you actually discover the Institute and meet Shaun before talking to Codsworth for the first time? In this case, you'll have some unique dialogue explaining the situation.
And young Shaun, what of your son?
Shaun's all grown up now.
Mum, this news, I never imagined our reunion to be quite like this.
Have you heard of the Institute?
Can't say I have. News is a bit hard to come by these days. What with the lack of luncheons and no more GNN. Is that where young Shaun is? Don't tell me you had the lad committed!
It's a long story, Codsworth.
Mum, this news, I never imagined our reunion to be quite like this.
Forget him, Codsworth. I don't want to talk about it.
Mum, this news, I never imagined our reunion to be quite like this.
Number 4, clear out the castle before Preston asks. Retaking a defunct fort along the coast is one of the biggest missions in the Minuteman questline. But what happens if you already killed all the Mirelurks in the castle before getting this mission?
We've gotten big enough that we're having trouble communicating with all our settlements. It's a good problem to have, and I have a solution. I think it's time to retake the castle. It used to be the Minutemen HQ, way before my time. Well fortified, centrally located, and most important, it has a powerful radio transmitter we can use to broadcast to the whole Commonwealth.
You mean that place out in South Boston?
I already cleared that out. Are you serious? All by yourself? I've got to hand it to you, General. That's the best news I've heard in a while. Well then, this whole thing just got a lot simpler. I'll round up a garrison and meet you there.
In this case, the Minutemen can just move straight into the fort, and Preston will go back to being completely useless. Number 5, the worst ending to the Silver Shroud quest. Kent's mission to bring back the Silver Shroud hero and dole out justice in Good Neighbor is one of the most fun quests in Fallout 4. But unfortunately for Kent, playing at hero ends up getting him kidnapped by a raider named Sinjin. Kent will usually bite the dust in the final confrontation, as Sinjin will immediately attack him as a way to stick it to the Shroud. But insanely, there's actually a unique encounter that can occur if you shoot Kent yourself.
Jesus,
not looking for
he's crazier than Sinjin.
What the? Turn against your master now, ne'er-do-wells, or face my rightful vengeance. What?
Just don't kill us. Jesus.
You're going down. I never even liked that idiot. But the Shroud?
Jesus, just let me live.
You're going down. You are all going to die. You just kill him. I don't negotiate with madmen.
Jesus! Just let me live!
In this case, Sinjin's goons will run for the hills. And what can I say? The sole survivor don't give a fuck. Number 6, cutting a deal with Theodore in Mystery Meat. This quest kicks off whenever you enter Longneck Lukowski's meatpacking plant. The shady meat vendor Theodore is hiding a dark secret. In order to keep up with demand for his products, he's been mixing ghoul meat into the cans, which ended up making some of his customers sick. When you discover this secret, Theodore decides he can't let you leave the factory alive and attacks you. In most cases, the quest will end when you kill Theodore, but there is a secret ending that many players miss. If you use a pack syringe or the Intimidate perk, you can briefly stop combat with Theodore and initiate a conversation.
Whoa, whoa! Hey, look, it doesn't have to be this way. Look, we can run this place together. You look the other way and I'll give you a cut of the profits.
So you can feed people ghoul meat?
Hey, ghouls are no different than any other dumb animal. They're an untapped food source. What do you say? I mean, you help keep this quiet, I run the cannery, we both make a fortune.
I'm listening.
We go in on it together. I run the cannery, you bring me meat in cans, and make sure nobody gets suspicious. What do you say? I mean, You help keep this quiet, I run the cannery, we both make a fortune.
Fine, but don't cross me again.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna kill me for sure. Woo, here's your cut. I'll get this place cleaned up and I'll even give you a discount on the meat.
We can obviously still kill Theodore if we want to, but if we decide to cut a deal with him, we can periodically come back and get a cut of the profits.
Ah, you're back. You buying something?
Where's my cut of the profit?
Oh, yeah. Here's your cut.
Number 7, getting all the Eddie Winter holotapes before Nick asks. After building up your bond with Nick Valentine, he will give you a personal quest to track down an old ghoul criminal named Eddie Winter, who himself is loosely based on the IRL Winter Gang in Boston. Guys like Whitey Bulger and the crew. In order to gain access to Eddie Winter's hideout, you'll need to collect a series of holotapes to decrypt the password. But what happens if you already have all the holotapes when Nick gives you the quest?
Just need to find the other 9 and bring them to me.
Looks like I already got the other 9. Take them.
No fooling. Wow, that's some real solid detective work. They're older than dirt, but they've got Eddie's paw prints all over them. These are the real deal.
Number 8, Mama Murphy's sight and the Courser recall code. Mama Murphy is a junkie who claims to be able to see the future whenever she gets lit. And interestingly, if you indulge her in these sight benders, you can actually unlock some unique quest options and dialogue in the main story. The most intriguing one is the Institute Courser recall code, which she will give you in exchange for some drugs if the main quest Hunter/Hunted is active.
But I'm trying, kid. He says Z247, initialize factory reset, authorization code Zeta 53 kilo. And then he falls, and he's still.
In this case, when you confront the Courser in Green Tech Genetics, you can actually use the recall code to shut him down and skip the boss fight.
Are you here for the synth?
Z247 initialize factory reset. Authorization code Zeta 53 kilo.
How did you?
There is one more unique encounter you can get here if you help the Courser track down the synth. Instead of talking to him, run around the pillar, hack the computer terminal, and open the door. In this case, he will thank you and use a recall code on the escaped synth.
What have you done?
Thank you. Now, if you could just give me a moment. K198. Your little adventure is over. It's time to go home.
Please, you don't have to do this.
Relax. You won't feel a thing. K198. Recall code.
I'm begging you,
Stratus.
don't do this.
Your assistance is no longer needed.
But yeah, then he tries to kill you. Number 9, Children of Atom unique encounters. The Children of Atom are a strange cult of nuclear-worshipping lunatics. They play a major role in the Far Harbor expansion, but there are some scattered members in the Commonwealth as well. In fact, if you happen to join the Children of Atom in Far Harbor before meeting these characters in the base game, you will unlock some unique dialogue.
Stop right there, stranger. You approach Atom's holy ground. Why? State your purpose or be divided in his sight.
Easy, sister. I'm a child of Atom. Our church is in a place called the Nucleus, near a town up north, Far Harbor.
Far Harbor? Few know of the land shrouded beneath Atom's veil, let alone claim to have worshipped within its sacred fog. An interesting assertion, if it's true. Have you come to worship among us? Know that Atom's wrath has no tolerance for falsehoods.
State your purpose, stranger. You walk on Atom's hallowed ground.
It's all right, brother. I am a child of Atom, too. I'm part of a church up north, the Nucleus, near a town called Far Harbor.
Far Harbor. You've seen Atom's holy veil, but you have traveled so far. I apologize. I will not keep you from finishing your pilgrimage. Take this, and prepare to enter his inner sanctum. Follow the brilliance of the glow, and it shall lead you to the relics. May Adam's radiance warm your soul.
Number 10, Deacon is stalking you. When you stumble upon the railroad hideout along the Freedom Trail, Deacon will vouch for you and comment on some of your feats in the wasteland. But how does he know so much about the sole survivor? Well, it turns out he was actually stalking you, and if you're paying close attention, you can actually spot him and some of his lookouts out in the wasteland. For instance, just outside Vault 111, you can discover some railroad call signs and leftover water, likely left there by Deacon while he scouted the area and spotted the player character. We can also spot Deacon in the flesh, but in disguise at several locations throughout the Commonwealth. In Diamond City, he will be dressed up as a guard. We can also spot him in the Memory Den in Good Neighbor, and he can also show up as a caravan trader in Bunker Hill. Interestingly, Deacon will also continue to change disguises periodically while traveling with the player, sometimes even when you just move the camera away and shift it back. Deacon is a real shady character like that. So there you have it, 10 secrets and rare dialogue you may have missed in Fallout 4. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Fallout and RPG videos. Big shout out to all the channel members for supporting my content. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.